Have you ever wondered what truly separates success from failure? It often comes down to one critical factor: your attitude. Imagine being able to transform your life, achieve your goals, and experience true happiness, all by making a few changes to the way you think. It might sound too good to be true, but it's not. Success and failure are often defined by attitude. If you maintain a positive, strong, and disciplined mindset, you can reach your goals. However, if you let negative emotions consume you, blame the world for your problems, and constantly worry about the future, you'll inevitably become your own worst enemy. The good news is that your attitude can be changed. The first step is to identify the feelings that help you move forward and those that hold you back. Second, you must learn to control your reactions to people and situations. Third, you need to transform your goals into productive habits. In this summary, we'll delve into the wisdom of Swami Mukundananda's 7 mindsets for success, happiness, and fulfillment, exploring the mental habits that can reshape your reality. Swamiji describes a mindset as a mental habit. Just as a physical habit is formed by repeatedly doing the same action over time, a mindset can be developed by consistently nurturing certain thoughts. For example, by constantly holding positive thoughts, you can cultivate a mindset of positive thinking. Here's the catch: you must listen all the way through. Each mindset builds on the last, creating a powerful framework that can revolutionize the way you live. Whether you're aiming to improve your career, relationships, or personal well-being, these 7 mindsets will give you the blueprint to get there. But why 7 mindsets? In 1956, cognitive psychologist George Miller from Princeton University discovered that our short-term memory can focus on only 7 things at a time. The 7 mindsets for success, happiness, and fulfillment are positive thinking, responsibility, inspiration, pure intentions, knowledge, discipline, and problem solving. Let's explore each of them in detail. The mindset of positive thinking. Are you the type of person who sees the glass as half full, or do you always see it as half empty? If you're a positive thinker, you've already mastered the first mindset of success. You are a happy and confident individual who doesn't wait for external reasons to be happy. You understand that life has its ups and downs, and you believe in facing them with a smile. On the other hand, if you tend to be negative, you probably find yourself constantly blaming situations or other people. You might be waiting for some future event to bring you happiness. You focus only on the things that go wrong in your life and do nothing to change them. This mindset needs to change. Adopting a positive mindset is crucial because it offers several benefits. The first and foremost is happiness. Every person's ultimate goal is to be happy. No one desires to be unhappy. We often become unhappy when we mistakenly believe that happiness comes from material things. Take the example of John D. Rockefeller, one of the wealthiest men in modern history. Despite amassing immense wealth, he admitted on his deathbed that he was never truly happy. This story underscores the fact that if you're not content with what you have now, you won't find satisfaction in anything you might gain in the future. Many people tie their happiness to future goals. They stress themselves out, work hard, and hope that achieving these goals will bring them happiness one day. But they forget that life is always moving forward, and in doing so, they miss out on the joys of today. When you focus on the positives in your life, you live in the present. You don't wait for future happiness because you are already experiencing joy in the here and now. Another benefit of a positive mindset is that it enhances your performance at work. Maintaining a positive attitude in your job can significantly contribute to your success. If you negatively influence your colleagues, they are less likely to support you. A consulting firm named Robert Half International studied the top 100 companies in the U.S. and asked senior executives why they had fired their last 3 employees. Surprisingly, 17% of the employees were dismissed because they were incompetent, while 83% were let go due to their poor attitude. These employees were not only dishonest and unmotivated, but they also failed to follow instructions. This clearly shows that, for employers, attitude matters more than skills. A third advantage of having a positive mindset is improved health. Your thoughts impact your blood pressure, heartbeat, and the chemicals in your body, meaning that your health can be influenced by the way you think. In medicine, there's a concept known as the placebo effect. Sometimes a patient believes they are sick when they actually aren't. In such cases, doctors might give them a pill or injection that is not a real medicine, yet the patient feels better after taking it. But why does this happen? This phenomenon is also referred to as remembered wellness. The patient remembers being treated and believes they are getting better. For example, a patient visits the doctor complaining of a sore throat. The doctor examines them thoroughly, but finds no illness. The doctor reassures the patient that everything is fine, and within a few days, the sore throat disappears. However, the opposite can also occur. Sometimes, before visiting the doctor, our blood pressure is normal. But as soon as we arrive at the clinic, our blood pressure increases. This is known as remembered illness, where even when we are perfectly fine, we recall how it feels to be sick and begin to experience symptoms. Stress can also cause physical illness. When you are stressed, your body releases a chemical called cortisol, which causes the liver to release more glucose. If the body doesn't use this glucose, it increases the risk of diabetes. Stress also raises blood pressure and heightens the chances of heart disease. The reverse is equally true. When you stay positive, you tend to be healthier. When we are kinder to others, our body releases serotonin, a hormone that makes us feel happy and strengthens our immune system. With so many benefits of positive thinking, why do we hold on to negative thoughts? Often, it's due to our ego. We become selfish and obsess over different things to fulfill our desires. Without these goals, we may feel worthless. To regain your positivity, start by appreciating what you already have. Stay humble and let go of selfishness. Practice positive thinking daily to make it a lasting habit. The mindset of taking responsibility for our emotions. So far, we've learned the importance of staying positive. We often start our day with the firm intention of remaining happy throughout. But what happens when external factors disturb us? Imagine you have an important meeting with a client who lives on the other side of the city. You plan to drive there, but just before you reach your car, you get a call from your sister. She talks to you for 15 minutes, making you late. No worries, you think. You can still make it on time by driving a little faster. However, as you leave the city, you encounter heavy traffic, making you even later. Still, you feel safe because you know you can speed up once you hit the highway. But when you finally reach the highway, you find yourself stuck in a traffic jam. At first, you assume there's been an accident ahead. After a while, you notice 2 cars parked on either side of the road, and this sight makes you angry. You arrive at your client's office almost an hour late. Although you highly value this client and treat them with respect, they label you as irresponsible. In this situation, who would you blame? The other drivers? The cars that caused the traffic jam? Your sister for calling at the wrong time? Or maybe you just feel like luck wasn't on your side that day. How you feel in any situation is entirely your responsibility. Blaming others for your circumstances is futile. Life is unpredictable and accidents happen. It's important to understand that there is a gap between your situation and your emotions. When you recognize this gap, you can free yourself from the external forces that seem to control you. Every situation or event elicits a response from us, and we have the power to control our responses. We must take responsibility for them. Did you know that the word responsibility contains response and ability? This implies that we always have the ability to choose our response. Those who believe that others have the power to control their feelings tend to be emotionally unstable. They may experience fleeting moments of happiness, but spend most of their time feeling down. They allow others to dominate their emotions, and then constantly seek happiness outside themselves. Irresponsible people often feel trapped when faced with situations that don't go their way. They try to change external circumstances instead of looking inward. Over time, these individuals develop a habit of blaming others for everything and forget that the real control lies within themselves. For instance, some people blame their parents for their own irresponsibility. They believe that their lives were predetermined on the day they were born. Sometimes, they even blame their grandparents for passing down bad genes. If they're not blaming their parents or grandparents, they might point fingers at their coworkers, bosses, neighbors, or anyone else around them. Childish behavior is acceptable in children, but as we grow older, we need to take responsibility for our own lives. If you don't control your mind, it will become your enemy. A controlled mind is essential for focusing on and achieving your goals and dreams. The choice is yours. You can choose freedom and responsibility, or you can choose a negative life filled with childish excuses. Apart from playing the blame game, some people tend to focus on others' mistakes. This is a way to suppress their true feelings deep within. When we become aware of our weaknesses and insecurities, it can be distressing. To avoid this discomfort and pain, we often shift our focus to things like fate, God's will, or destiny. However, as long as we keep searching for answers outside ourselves, we'll never move forward. To achieve success, you must embrace your weaknesses and work on improving them. This can only happen when you take full responsibility for your feelings, thoughts, and actions. Instead of blaming others, take action. The mindset of inspiration. In the previous chapter, we learned that blaming others or external circumstances won't lead to success. If we are struggling, it's often due to our own shortcomings. Instead of complaining, we should focus on overcoming our weaknesses. To accomplish any task, enthusiasm and inspiration are essential. When you are inspired, you feel powerful, full of energy, and ready to tackle any challenge that comes your way. Inspiration has the ability to turn even the most difficult tasks into enjoyable and exciting ones. It is the spark that ignites motivation. Motivation refers to having a purpose for doing something. It is the driving force behind your passion, the reason you wake up each morning, go to work, strive to achieve your goals, and keep moving forward. Take the example of Utsaf, a teenager looking for a summer job. He came across an ad offering a promising job opportunity at the largest mall in his city, which was hiring new employees. The ad mentioned that interested candidates should arrive by 9 a.m. on Monday. On Monday, Utsaf was excited and arrived at the mall an hour early, only to be surprised by the fact that about 20 people had arrived before him. This sight made him a bit disheartened, as he thought the early arrivals would impress the manager more, reducing his chances of getting the job. However, Utsav's enthusiasm didn't wane in the face of this challenge. He wrote a note and asked the lady clerk to pass it on to the manager. Initially, the woman refused, telling him to wait for his turn. Utsav persisted and kept requesting until she finally agreed to deliver the note to the manager. The note read, "Sir, I am number 21 in line. Please don't make a decision until you've met me." The manager was impressed by Utsav's enthusiasm, excitement, and determination, and he was offered the job. Inspiration gives you the strength to overcome any obstacle. Even if you lose everything, as long as you are inspired, you can regain it all. However, if you lose your inspiration, success will remain out of reach. But how do we find inspiration, especially when facing difficulties? Is it really something we can obtain? People find inspiration in different ways. Some are motivated by external factors, such as receiving rewards from colleagues or bosses. Others are self-motivated. They inspire themselves through powerful thoughts and by setting personal goals. Internal motivation is more powerful because it comes from within. With internal motivation, you don't need external help to do your work or ignite your passion. To harness the power of internal motivation, you need a strong reason behind your goals. Ask yourself why you want to work hard, why you want to earn money, or why you want to eat healthier. A strong purpose serves as the fuel for the fire of your inspiration. Even the reality of death can inspire you. We are here in this world for a limited time. One day, we will all leave this world. Remembering this truth can inspire you to value the time you have left. It pushes you to live each day to the fullest. The mindset of purity of intention. Having a purpose can inspire us to achieve the impossible. But what if our goals lead us to do something wrong? If you ask a criminal about their actions, they might give you a strong justification for their crimes. Sometimes, even their intentions may seem good. So how do we determine what constitutes good intentions? It largely depends on your definition of success. If your understanding of success is pure, then your life's purpose will be pure as well. Achieving success is a universal goal. Unless someone has psychological issues, no one wants to fail. However, when our definition of success is flawed, we may end up doing things we shouldn't. For instance, some people equate success with wealth. They pour all their efforts into earning as much money as possible. But if money alone could buy happiness, history wouldn't be filled with stories of millionaires who took their own lives. Take Howard Hughes, for example. He was an American businessman and film director, one of the wealthiest men in America during his time. Yet, despite his immense wealth, he fell into deep depression and met a tragic end. Others tie their idea of success to fame, but there are many famous individuals who have suffered greatly. Consider Elvis Presley, the king of rock and roll. Despite being celebrated as one of the greatest artists, he tragically died from a drug overdose. Some people pursue power, believing it to be the ultimate marker of success. Typically, when a person holds a powerful position, they always strive to go further. They are never satisfied. Becoming a chief minister, for example, is a significant achievement, but even a chief minister can be unhappy if they are overly focused on becoming the next prime minister. Therefore, success is not necessarily related to our financial, social, or influential position. The real question is, where is our happiness? Where is our peace of mind? In his book, Peace of Mind, Joshua Liebman reflects on his childhood desires. As a child, he made a list of his dreams and handed it to a wise person, hoping for feedback on what needed to be changed. The wise person told Joshua that while the list was well written, it was missing one crucial element: peace. Without peace of mind, nothing else really matters. Considering human desires, success can be understood in three ways. First, we should always strive to be the best version of ourselves. Everyone wants to be good. Because we are born with a kind and loving nature, we seek honesty, respect, and compassion from others because we inherently value virtues. Although some people may stray from this path, deep down, we all desire to improve ourselves. And we can. If you continuously work on bettering yourself, you will keep growing. The second definition of success is to give your best effort in everything you do. Every person wants to be productive. A behavioral psychology researcher once hired a lumberjack to work at a lumber farm. The researcher instructed the lumberjack to chop at a tree for 8 hours a day using the back of his axe, not the blade. Hitting the tree with the back of the axe didn't make a dent. The researcher paid the man double his usual wage. Every day, the lumberjack would chop at the tree for 8 hours, but with no results. Eventually, he grew bored of the job. Even the extra money wasn't enough to motivate him to continue such unproductive work. The lumberjack eventually quit, telling the researcher that chopping at wood without cutting it was boring. He felt unproductive. We are much like the lumberjack. We want to do work that makes us feel productive. If we don't see results, we tend to give up. The third definition of success is to be happy and satisfied in life. Everything we do in life is ultimately aimed at achieving happiness. Whether you want a better job or a bigger house, the underlying goal is always happiness. In essence, success means living well, working well, and feeling good. It all depends on goodness. That's why pure intentions are crucial for success. When your intentions aren't pure, your soul sends you a signal. You feel that something is wrong. Sometimes, stress can cloud our intentions. When we focus too much on the results, we become anxious and forget to enjoy the journey. To become successful, we need to remove stress and purify our intentions. Worrying won't help you achieve anything faster. Instead, it will make you forget to enjoy the joys of life. So, never forget to be good, do better, and feel your best. The mindset of cultivating knowledge. Now that we've learned how to achieve true success and develop pure intentions, there's one more crucial element we need: knowledge. Some people may have the best intentions, but without knowledge, they don't know how to achieve success. Imagine you want to play golf. Having the intention is great, but it's not enough. You need the knowledge to learn how to play the game. Some people believe that ignorance is bliss. Take, for example, a married couple who were very happy in their relationship until a guest came to live with them. This uncle stayed with them for 20 years, nearly destroying their marriage. After the uncle passed away, the husband told his wife that he truly loved her, and that if he didn't, he would have never agreed to let the uncle stay with them. To his surprise, the wife responded, "Wasn't that man your uncle?" It turned out that the man wasn't a relative at all. He was just someone who took advantage of their hospitality. Due to their ignorance, this couple suffered for 20 years. This story shows that ignorance is not bliss. Knowledge is what truly matters. Before undertaking any task, knowledge is essential. Without it, we end up working on faulty theories. Instead of finding a system that works, we waste time on endless trials and errors. But when we understand how something works, applying that knowledge makes things much easier. Cultivating a mindset of knowledge means continually learning. Just because you've learned one skill doesn't mean you should stop there. You should always strive to gain more knowledge. This continuous pursuit of learning is what separates success from failure. A study found that 33% of Americans don't read a single book after they graduate from college. These people believe that once they have a degree, they no longer need to acquire more knowledge. They don't seek to learn anything new. Such people often fail to achieve success because they stop progressing. Today, we live in an age of information explosion. The Internet has given us access to an entire library and a vast platform for acquiring knowledge. We can obtain any information within seconds, share ideas with anyone, and send information anywhere in the world. This means that if you invent something or develop an idea, you can share your knowledge globally. You can even start a business from the comfort of your home. So far, we've discussed material knowledge, but there's another type of knowledge that most people overlook: spiritual knowledge. While acquiring material knowledge is important, spiritual knowledge helps us apply that knowledge with pure intentions. Although science has improved our lives in many ways, it is also responsible for harmful inventions like nuclear bombs, bioengineering mishaps, and pollution. Scientific knowledge is limited. It cannot explain the concepts of God or the soul. To understand spiritual knowledge, you need to read books and learn from spiritual teachers. When you combine material and spiritual knowledge, it helps you understand and achieve what you truly desire. You can find a system that works, replicate it, and continuously improve your skills. The mindset of discipline. Discipline is a magical force that can rapidly improve your life. Even if you gain knowledge in a particular area, it won't benefit you if you don't apply it. Discipline turns intention into success, desire into achievement, and knowledge into practice. It's the strength that keeps you moving forward, even in the face of challenges. Think about the times when you skip your morning routine, don't perform well at work, or neglect healthy eating and exercise. These are moments when a lack of discipline holds you back. Many social scientists have proven that intelligence and self-control are the two key traits that can guarantee success. While intelligence might be inherited from your parents or grandparents, willpower is different. It stems from your thoughts and feelings. This means you can become more self-disciplined through practice. Most people believe that if they lack self-control, it's something that can't be fixed. They accept their weaknesses and don't even try to develop their willpower because they think it's too hard. Self-control requires three things: our senses, mind, and intellect. The intellect is the intelligent part of our brain that constantly reminds us of the long-term goals we want to achieve. The mind and senses, however, are often in conflict with the intellect. They can't wait for results and crave immediate rewards. Your intellect might try to remind you of the importance of a task, but your mind will often try to avoid the hassle. Achieving success requires hard work, and it's not easy. You can't reach your goals overnight. Any program that promises instant success is nothing more than a scam. Without daily practice and discipline, you can't make progress. If you want to master something, you need to practice it consistently over a long period. In 1993, Florida State University psychologist and professor K. Anders Ericsson published an article on this topic. Ericsson analyzed the performances of famous, talented individuals in sports, music, and dance. His goal was to determine whether talent is something we are born with. Ericsson found that the key to success is practice. To master a skill, a person needs to dedicate at least 10,000 hours to it. This means practicing for 3 hours every day for 10 years. Only then can you stand out in a particular field. If success comes from daily practice, why don't we all work for 10,000 hours to achieve our goals? Once, a king asked his ministers to write down everything they had learned in their lives based on their age. He loved his people dearly and wanted to leave behind something valuable for them after his death. The ministers gathered, read many books, and had serious discussions. They drafted a document spanning 3.5 pages. The king read it and liked it, but he felt it was too long. The ministers regrouped and created a 1-page draft this time. The king read it and was impressed, but he still wanted something even shorter, just 1 sentence. The ministers worked even harder and finally presented a magical sentence that encompassed all the wisdom they had gathered. There are no free lunches, meaning nothing in this world comes without a cost. You always have to pay a price. The king found this perfect. People often want success without paying the price. They hope that opportunities will fall into their laps, but this is a flawed mindset. To become the best in your field, you need to practice and work hard every day. Many people fail because they can't bear the commitment and the pain that comes with it. They aren't willing to pay the price for success. They prefer to stay within their comfort zones. However, those who embrace challenges are the ones who achieve the impossible. Successful people have willpower and self-control. Willpower has 3 key elements. First, we want long-term results. Second, we are willing to do whatever it takes to achieve our desired outcome, even if it involves hardships. Third, we are prepared to overcome any obstacles in our way, including unproductive habits that need to be broken. Willpower is like a mental muscle. The more you exercise it, the stronger it becomes. Typically, people wake up in the morning with strong willpower. They can resist temptations and complete essential tasks early in the day. However, as the day progresses, our willpower tends to weaken. We get easily distracted because our self-control needs to be recharged. Usually, a good night's sleep is enough to recharge it. You can increase your willpower by performing a simple task daily. This is how new habits are formed. Creating a new habit is challenging because it requires willpower, but the more you practice, the easier it becomes. Forming a new habit can take 3 weeks, 3 months, or even longer, depending on how difficult the habit is to establish. The mindset of growing in the face of problems. Problems are everywhere. It's not that successful people don't face challenges. They simply know how to handle them. Their mindset is filled with positivity, so when they encounter a problem, their first instinct is to think about the solution. They don't run away from difficulties or blame bad luck. Instead, they face life head on. The more you achieve in life, the bigger your challenges will become. If you believe that problems will never come your way, you're living in a delusion. For some people, success means having the ability to solve problems. Those with good problem-solving skills are valued more in their personal and professional lives. They earn respect and are often indispensable to others. The first step in solving any problem is to anticipate it before it arises. Anticipation doesn't mean stressing yourself out. It means thinking 2 steps ahead. Sometimes we can identify and eliminate a problem before it even occurs. Other times, we may be caught off guard by an unexpected issue. When a problem arises, we should face it with honesty and accept it. After that, we should avoid creating any unnecessary drama and try to understand the problem from the right perspective. For example, a college girl wrote a letter to her mother after living in the hostel for 3 months. In the letter, she confessed to stealing money from her roommate to rent a motorcycle. She crashed the motorcycle into a lamppost, breaking her leg. A kind doctor treated her, and they fell in love. The girl told her mother that she was now living with the doctor. She was pregnant, and they had decided to get married. They were waiting for the results of a blood test because she had contracted a serious illness. The girl reassured her mother not to worry because, after the marriage, they planned to live with the doctor's family. Unfortunately, after helping her, the doctor lost his job, so the girl and her husband had no choice but to move in with her parents. The girl assured her mother that she loved the doctor because he was a good man. The only problem with the relationship was that the doctor belonged to a different religion and was pressuring her to convert. Finally, the girl revealed that everything she wrote above was a lie. She had simply failed her algebra exam and wanted to put that small problem into the right perspective. This story teaches us that no problem is truly big unless we make it so. We shouldn't panic over problems. Instead, we should approach them with a calm mind. This way, we can come up with the most intelligent solutions. We should view every challenge as an opportunity to grow. Focus on the task at hand, learn from it, and keep moving forward. If someone harms you, it's natural to feel hurt, but you shouldn't hold on to that pain. Bitterness and hatred won't get you anywhere. Treat any betrayal as a lesson, one that was meant to teach you something and open your eyes. Not everyone is trustworthy. You need to learn how to deal with competitors and adversaries. People may say whatever they want about you, but how you respond to it is your responsibility. You can choose to adopt a bitter and negative attitude, or you can practice a positive mindset and understand that others' criticism doesn't define who you truly are. People may harm you because they are insecure or jealous. Your attitude is what determines whether you'll succeed or fail. Always remember that any kind of pain is temporary, but the lessons learned from that experience stay with you forever. So, don't be shocked or hurt. Learn to evolve and grow through challenges. Conclusion. First, you've learned that a mindset is a mental habit. By maintaining a positive outlook, you can improve your health, enhance your performance at work, and increase your overall level of happiness. Second, you've discovered the importance of taking control of your emotions. If you blame your surroundings for your negativity, you'll never progress. Instead, you need to identify your mistakes, correct them, and take responsibility for your thoughts and feelings. Third, you've understood that inspiration is a powerful force, a source of motivation. Having a strong purpose in life can inspire you to achieve great things. Remembering that our time in this world is limited helps us focus on the present. Fourth, you've learned about two types of knowledge, material and spiritual. Material knowledge relates to the physical world, while spiritual knowledge pertains to the soul and God. You must keep an open mind and embrace both to grow fully. Fifth, you've recognized that discipline requires willpower. Willpower is like a muscle that can be trained. Keep practicing until you form new, successful habits. Talent isn't something we are born with. It's developed and refined through consistent effort and perseverance. Lastly, you've come to understand that problems are inevitable. Instead of running away from challenges, you should see them as opportunities for growth. Each of these mindsets is a habit that requires patience and consistent practice. You need to incorporate these mindsets into your daily routine until they become a part of you. These 7 mindsets are powerful tools that can transform your life. Start implementing them today, and soon you'll be enjoying a successful, happy, and fulfilling life. You've now learned the 7 mindsets that can transform your life: positive thinking, responsibility, inspiration, pure intentions, knowledge, discipline, and problem solving. Each of these mindsets is a powerful tool on its own, but when combined, they create a solid foundation for lasting success, happiness, and fulfillment. Remember, These mindsets aren't just ideas to be understood. They are habits to be practiced daily. The journey to success is not a sprint, but a marathon, requiring patience, persistence, and dedication. The more you incorporate these mindsets into your everyday life, the more they will become a natural part of who you are. But don't stop here. Reflect on what you've learned and start applying these principles immediately. The changes may be gradual, but over time, you'll begin to see a profound impact on every aspect of your life. Success isn't reserved for the lucky few. It's within reach for anyone willing to put in the effort. By embracing these mindsets, you're not just setting yourself up for success, you're building a life filled with purpose, peace, and true happiness. Thank you for listening to this summary. If you found it valuable, make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and share it with others who could benefit from these insights. Stay tuned for more summaries and tips that can help you continue your journey of personal growth and fulfillment. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and remember, you have the power to shape your destiny.